Hey everyone, how you doing? Thank you for joining me in another episode of Monkey's Corner. Monkey thanks you too. So today I wanted to kind of cook for everyone. It's raining here in Seattle, so I thought what better time to make some warm, delicious soup. One of my favorite things in the world, it is a family tradition, is to make corn chowder. So I wanted to share with everyone this recipe because it's actually really hearty. There's a lot of cheap vegetables. It's a very inexpensive meal to make, and it's very easy prep. It's no brainer in terms of putting it all together and just letting it cook. So I'm going to take you over to the kitchen now where we're going to go over the ingredients necessary and how exactly to make this. So stay put. All right, so here we are in my lovely kitchen. So as we can see here, these are very few ingredients. We've got our vegetable broth. You can use chicken stock, but I don't because I don't believe in killing chickens. We have our corn. Now, you can use either fresh corn or this corn, but it is winter and corn is very hard to find or expensive, so frozen corn will do just fine. We have two medium to small sized russet potatoes. You can use whatever you want to in terms of potatoes, but these work really well. One onion, yellow or white. A little bit of garlic. You don't need the whole thing, just about 3 or 4. And a shallot. Now, my secret ingredient is rosemary. Very important and makes it delicious, but use a herb of your choice. You got butter and olive oil. So, as you can see, very, very easy stuff. Okay, so after about 10 minutes of vegetable prep, depending on your method, if you use a food processor, it'll be a lot faster, but I don't. So you see you got the potatoes nice and diced, as well as the onions, the shallots, and the garlic, and the rosemary as well. Now, the first step is very easy. All you're going to do is you're going to melt about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter into a big ass soup pot. Big ass! Important because you're going to be making a lot of soup unless you have this recipe, which is totally possible as well. So you want to get the butter and just about a tablespoon of olive oil going. Now, one extra ingredient I left out was flour. You want about a 1/4 to a 1/3 cup of flour as well for this next part. We'll get that set up. For now, after you dice the potatoes, you can either dice them now or later, but I'm just going to put them in the fridge so they don't go too bad. And now we're just going to wait a little bit for the butter to heat up. So next, after the butter and the oil has been heated up a bit, you're going to want to put it on medium heat, by the way. We're going to go ahead and pour that mixture of shallots, onions, garlic, and rosemary into the soup pot. Once it's in there, you're going to want to get them nice and soft. So about 10 minutes should do it. And then after about 10 minutes is through, you're going to want to go ahead and put the flour over the vegetables and give them good stirring, get that good dusting going on. So now after that is done, and the vegetables are nice and coated, the next step is to add 6 cups of vegetable broth. You want to add that, and then after you do, we're going to go ahead and bring it to a boil. So go ahead and turn the heat up from medium if it's still there. Now that it's boiling is when we're going to add the potatoes and all 2 cups of cream as well. Now, this is the important part, is you want to boil really hard. So keep it turned to high as possible. What this does is it helps the potatoes break down and it adds a lot of texture. So this is what gives the chowder some of its thickness. So boil hard for about 8 minutes. All right, now that your soup is nice and boiled, it's time to add the final ingredient, the corn. So turn down that heat a little bit. You still do want it to be boiling, but it doesn't need to be boiling over and making a mess everywhere, which is one thing you should be careful about. You don't want it to be making too much of a mess. So get a big pot or else. Yum. This is gonna be delicious. Okay, so now that the corn is in there, the final part is just waiting 10 to 12 minutes while the corn cooks in with the soup. And then it will be ready to eat. I can't wait. Alright guys, after about 10 minutes it will be ready, so make sure to let it simmer down because it will be piping hot. Pair it with a grilled cheese sandwich or your favorite protein. Tonight I will be pairing it with a slice of delicious pizza from Pagliacci because yesterday was National Pizza Day and I did have to celebrate. So again, this is a very simple, easy recipe to make that will keep you fed for about 3 or 4 days when it's cold outside. Again, cheap and very easy to make. So if you liked what you see, please like or subscribe to Monkey's Corner for more videos and reviews and tutorials and whatnot. Thanks guys, and you have a great night. We'll see you next time. Peace.